Hello everybody, my name is Sniping Fun. I welcome you back to my next video where I'm basically going to give my thoughts on the recent Nintendo's investors meeting that happened basically yesterday. Now, last night you seen me upload a video talking about the mobile games for Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing, and I gave my thoughts on that. This video is going to be specifically on the next thing that was basically mentioned, the two major topics that were revealed at the investors meeting. And that's basically that the Nintendo NX is releasing in March 2017, and that the Legend of Zelda Wii U is not only delayed until 2017, it's also coming to the NX. I did originally plan on doing all this stuff in one big video, and I mentioned this in the video talking about the mobile games, but for some reason, I don't know if it was because the video was long or in HD on my phone or something, it kept saying upload pending. For some reason I couldn't upload it, it wouldn't go anywhere. But that video I did in standard definition. This one I'm doing too, just to be safe, just for now. And I'll check out the phone settings later for future videos that I'm going to use it for. But basically, let's talk about the NX stuff. Now, there's some things I like about it, and there's other things I don't. But the one thing that's actually really true that came from Nintendo's investors meeting yesterday, everyone is flipping, losing their minds off of what was said. I'm serious. I went on YouTube. Everyone's talking about this. I went on Facebook. Everyone's talking about this. I heard that Twitter is going crazy. I was on Miiverse yesterday, and people were going crazy, at least for the Zelda thing, and the Wii U, the NX thing, Wii U NX thing, for some extent as well. But it's like, everyone has been going crazy. Everyone's been losing their minds on this investors meeting because of various reasons. There's some things people like, but there's other things I just see people are hating and they're moaning and complaining, and it's just, ever since, like, over a day ago, like early yesterday, everything in the Nintendo fan base has just went crash landing. The fan base is just out, like, it's crazy nowadays. But let me give my thoughts on it so that I don't take this video too long. The NX coming out in 2017, March of 2017. I actually thought it was going to come out in 2017. There's other people that probably assume the same thing too. I never thought the 2016 release was actually ever going to happen. I don't see how people could assume at the end of this year, which we haven't heard about the system at all yet. We have a release date, month, time span, but we don't know anything about it. We would get the system announced, because we didn't know anything about the system at all yet. And it was going to be announced around like E3 time or the summer or something, and they're going to release it around October, November, December, like 4 months or so later. I never saw that. That just seemed like it was rushing it. And as far as Nintendo's been saying, when it came to, you know, the NX, they didn't want to rush it. So I didn't see how 2016 was even potentially a choice. And then the other thing they said was the Legend of Zelda Wii U is also going to be on the NX, so in the process of releasing them both together for some reason, I have no idea why they're doing it like this, they're delaying the Zelda Wii U till 2017 alongside the NX version. So no Zelda game this year. Yay! Okay, now here's the thing. When it comes to the NX in 2017, I'm perfectly fine with that. That's one thing I'm actually liking, because it gives us more time to prepare. It gives Nintendo more time to prepare, and gives gamers more time to prepare and have a new year, and it gives almost the Wii U a good 5 years. 4.5 years, basically, at that point, approximately. You know, so it's at least better in that regard. Although, my opinion, I really don't like the whole stuff about Zelda. Not that it's coming to the NX. That was pretty likely impossible. That's one rumor we've heard of that's actually been confirmed. And the other rumors we don't know about yet until Nintendo starts releasing information on the system. But that's one rumor we do know is confirmed. My part of it, why I'm kind of mad or pissed off or something, and I kind of am, not as much as say other people are, but I kind of am, is the delay of Zelda. Not only does that take away the game from this year, it delays it for the fans, and we've been all anticipating it for this year. There's two problems with that. There's two problems with the Legend of Zelda game actually coming out next year. And one, it's skipping the 30th anniversary of Zelda. This 2016 is the 30th anniversary of Zelda, and we're not going to get the Zelda Wii U. We're not going to get a new game. Nothing that's going to celebrate the 30th anniversary. And I know people will probably say, "Oh, but there's Hyrule Warriors Legends and the Twilight Princess HD and stuff like that." I don't know if you can really just count older games like that, because Hyrule Warriors Legends is just a port of a Wii U game that came out in 2014. and Twilight Princess was originally in 2006. It's just an HD update. It's nothing new. There's nothing in 2016 to celebrate the 30th anniversary for where Zelda is at now, where Zelda currently is at in the future of Legend of Zelda. All of what we've seen is a bunch of old games that have been ported or updated or HD'd or whatever. That's all we've seen. And there's nothing at the end of the year, or in the year in general, that's really celebrating this. I kind of relate this to the 25th anniversary of Mario. All they did was release, oh, here's Mario All-Stars from the Super Nintendo. Let's put it on the Wii disc. Yay! That's all they did, and they just didn't really do anything for Mario that year at all, besides the Mario 25th anniversary like Red Wii as well. So, but there's nothing like, oh, here's the 30th anniversary Wii U or 3DS for like Zelda. But then when it came to the 30th anniversary for Mario, they did Mario Maker. It was something. It was not the biggest thing, but it was something there. And then for the 25th anniversary of Zelda, we had Skyward Sword. So it just feels weird, and it feels like Nintendo has just threw Zelda under the bus for the 30th anniversary. And not only that, this was going to be one of the biggest games in the end of the year. It was going to be pretty much like an October, November, December like release, the big holiday game. Without that, the rest of the year for Nintendo looks pretty barren, especially the holiday season, because right now all we have left is, at least for Europe and America, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, but that comes out in June. There's still Paper Mario Color Splash, which I have no idea when it's coming out, but it's probably going to be like a September or something, which means it's not going to be a holiday game. And then 3DS has Pokemon Sun and Moon, which is a big game, but that can't go by itself. You can't have that be the only game for the holiday season. Now, 2015 wasn't the greatest Nintendo holiday season ever. We had, like, Xenoblade Chronicles X, we had Mario Maker, and it was coming off the year with, like, you know, Splatoon and stuff like that. But, and some good 3DS games and whatnot, but it was at least a decent year. Nintendo, as far as I remember, has never really had a horrible or bad holiday season, but 2016 doesn't look like it's going to be all that great, unless they start announcing games. That's the only thing. Unless they start announcing games, we know nothing about what the holiday season could be for us. Like, think about it. Like, okay, we have Paper Mario, but here's the thing: Paper Mario is not a big franchise to the point where everyone wants it, and the fans that do want it, the fans that do love Paper Mario, have been people that don't really like it because it's too much like Sticker Star, and not a lot of people like Sticker Star. And I'm not trying to hate on Sticker Star, but there are people that don't like Sticker Star, and they don't like the direction that the Paper Mario series is going. And when it comes to Pokemon, as big as that franchise is, and as much as people love it, there are people, obviously, out there that don't. And they don't have that nostalgic feel for playing the 7th generation. For people that started on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd generation. They don't have that nostalgic feel. They don't have that love for Pokemon that other people do. So for them, that's a lost cause, too. And as far as we know, we have nothing else on the 3DS except for, like, you know, Metroid Prime Federation Force, which I have no idea when that's coming out. And then there's a Dragon Quest, like, localizations, but those are all for the, like, at least for the 3DS, at least even if it doesn't have a good holiday season, at least there's something to look forward to. The Wii U has kind of been totally shunned by Nintendo. And yes, it's been kind of noticeable, but there has to be something on there to tide people over to the NX in 2017. That lasts through the rest of the year. 2016 has been pretty barren for Nintendo, especially the Wii U. All we've had pretty much is like Pokken and like Star Fox. That's it. It's pretty like the games are too spread out. That's the bad thing. The games are too spread out. And it's like, okay, gamers, yeah, they're looking forward to NX and stuff like that, but you have to have something to tide them over. And the holiday season is one of the biggest times to have games released. And right now, in comparison to like what Sony and Microsoft are going to do, Nintendo's kind of throwing their holiday season under the bus. They're really just totally just being like, you know what, Wii U, screw you, here's NX. And it's like, okay. Now, there could be announcing games. Like, Nintendo's pretty secretive, so there's probably some more Wii U games like that. Even if they're small, they might have like an Animal Crossing U, or like an Excite Bike, or Excite Truck, or, you know, anything that just might be a holiday release, like a summer holiday, early 2017 release. At least tide gamers over on the Wii U until, you know, the NX comes out. Or DLC or something. They're going to have to do something. But right now, it's pretty barren. And this all could be at E3. They could all announce some stuff at E3 over the summer or something like that. Especially because they're not showing NX at E3, and they're showing it on their own show, which is its own video in and of itself. I'm going to basically say it here. It's a stupid move because the E3 is like a major gaming show and electronics show that you could show off your stuff at, and people will have their eyes all set on that. But I can understand they want to do their own show and do it to their own terms of releasing and revealing their stuff. And it's not like Nintendo's the only company that does this. There's other companies that skip out on E3 and have been for years. So it's a bad thing, at least in terms of hindsight, if all people are looking at E3. But it's good at least because then they can kind of have everything ready and do stuff according to what they want to do. That's not really a good nor a bad thing. It's just kind of a thing. Like, but here's the thing: at E3, I don't know if it's how they stated it is how it's going to be or what, but it's either going to be A, they're only going to have the Zelda Wii U there, or B, it's going to be the only playable demo game there. Now, if it's the first one, that's really, really stupid, Nintendo. It's ridiculous, and that's stupid. You have to have more than stuff there. You can have Pokemon there. You can have Metroid Prime Federation Force, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Paper Mario, probably announce a few 3DS or Wii U games, especially indie games to tide us over till then, like the release date for, I don't know, Mighty Number 9, or a Bloodstained, or a Yooka-Laylee, so we can kind of figure out when those games are coming out. Because that's still stuff, like the indie games, like those are some decent indie games that could at least support the system till then, but I'm talking about major releases. Like, at least announce something. And if it's the second one, it's not as bad because they could still announce stuff, reveal stuff for Wii U, reveal stuff for 3DS, and whatever else, up until the NX release at E3, if they aren't going to, have NX at E3. So that's pretty much what I think it is, and that's what a lot of people think it is. It's like Zelda Wii U, it's going to be a major focus, but it's not going to be the only focus. We're going to probably learn more about Paper Mario, more about Pokemon, probably reveal a couple small 3DS and Wii U games that are going to tie us over that are in the holiday season early next year and stuff like that. Here's hoping, because it's a barren, and the wait is long. It's only a year, but to a lot of Nintendo fans, this year's going to last. It's going to last and feel like it's like 5 to 10 years because the games are so spread out. It's so barren. It's like waiting and waiting and waiting for game releases, and that's not a good thing. Nintendo is secretive, and there's probably stuff that's coming, but sometimes they're pretty much a little too damn secretive. Sometimes they hold the stuff to their chest a little too much, and sometimes gamers are just left to wonder. And when they wait too long, that's what pisses gamers off. And I can see why a lot of gamers are kind of like losing their freaking minds on what was just announced at a freaking director, investors meeting. Like, okay, NX is 2017. Okay, we have to wait a little bit longer, which we never knew about a date anyway. So I don't like. It's just a little extra time than what people thought, which was never revealed to begin with, and game releases for holiday season, making gamers wait and wait and wait, and then Zelda especially, and it's like, people, like, I've seen online, there's people that are mad. There's people that are really mad, but there's people that are only somewhat mad. There's some people that only have, like, they have their positives and negatives. There's stuff they take away from this that they like, but at the same time, there's stuff that they don't like. For me personally, like I said, the Zelda stuff is what kind of makes me mad. The Zelda stuff is just, like, we have been waiting for Zelda for so flippin' long, and they're just totally just delaying it. And I know it's going to probably make the game good, but if they're delaying it just to, even the Wii U version should at least come out this year, but if they're just delaying it just so they have, the game for NX release and, like, release them at the same time, that's stupid. I think they should at least have the Wii U version out this year. However, if both games are being worked on, both games are being fine-tuned or whatever, that's fine, I guess. It just feels weird because there's, like, nothing at the end of the year now unless Nintendo has something else they're announcing, and they're totally throwing the 30th anniversary under the bus. And that's not a good thing. This is one of your biggest franchises, Nintendo, and you're doing, like, jack squat at the end of the year to celebrate, like, which is this the game that was supposed to be it. And the holiday season, at that, it was, like, pretty much dependent on this. Unless there's something else to fill the gap, it's gonna be a long, long ride. It just feels so weird, and, like, it's hard being a Nintendo fan now because Nintendo, like, there's stuff I like about them, but I'm not gonna go around and defend every little flippin' thing they do. They have done a lot of stupid things. The need for Operation Rainfall back in the day was one of the first times I really majorly saw that Nintendo was stupid, especially when we had to fight as fans for some flippin' games. Especially when at the time, the Wii was just like this. The Wii was a barren wasteland. Sorry about that. I'm just seeing something down here. And it's like, they've done some things, but they've done a lot of good things too. Nintendo's a good company, but they have their problems. And I'm hoping that, Nintendo, I love you a lot, and I'm not trying to sound like a fanboy or anything. I've been a gamer of you for years and years and years, but you really, truly need to fix some of this stuff going forward, because how you run your company, I don't know who makes the decisions, if it's Miyamoto or Kimishima or Reggie or some random like background person or Bill or whatever. You need to do it so you at least show more faith in your gamers and your fans, because a lot of them do and are starting to see a lot of your faults and are starting to really pick them out, and it's not necessarily a good thing for you. And that's it. That's basically my thoughts on the investors meeting. NX's 2017 release. We're going to have Zelda Wii U on NX. It's being delayed to 2017, leaving the holiday season open. Nothing for the 30th anniversary as of now, unless they're going to announce something. Hopefully more games come, and hopefully E3 is pretty good outside of just Zelda. And then when they release the NX, we actually start getting some more information that really gets them prepared so they can get the system ready, get the support, and everything else. My name is Sniper's Fun. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day, and see you all later. Bye.